the title of this video is quite dramatic. A shy artist is a dead artist, okay? But I'm going to explain to you why that's so important to understand, okay? You are very likely quite shy, especially if you're starting off, you're quite shy into creating music, let's say, okay? Trying to create music, and you realize, like, you might live with your siblings and your family, right? That's for most people, okay? Now, you normally want to record maybe in like complete silence when everyone's just gone, and you think, okay, now is the time to create, right? And then they come home like an hour early and realize, okay, I can't even make things anymore because I'm too embarrassed and all that, right? I know you, man. I know exactly where you're coming from because I have been in that exact same spot, okay? Because I'm quite a shy person as well. And when it comes to that, yeah, I get what you mean, okay? So I'm gonna tell you some solutions, okay? So, first of all, obviously, I'm going to give you the common advice first, okay? Just so you know what it is, all right? It would be, of course, to explain what it is you're trying to do to the people who are in the house, and then ask them, is that okay? Like, just ask them, just like give them a heads up, like I'm trying to write, and then they'll probably most likely understand, all right? But you came to this video because you already know that solution, but you don't want to do it, okay? So I'm going to use some alternative solutions which can still work, but it will still be some hassle to get to it, but they'll still work, okay? So very likely you're either in school or college or university somehow, right? And you're doing music, okay? Very likely there's going to be practice rooms. There's going to be classrooms that you can go into where no one's going to be in there. All you have to do is just ask the lecturer or the teacher if you can just, use the room to just practice for an hour, okay? They'll probably be okay with it. Musicians we just need practice time with our instruments. You can just use that time to write a song instead if you want, okay? It's not the best because it's not super accessible, because it means you actually have to travel and then do it, but that can still work, and it's free as well, okay? You can try that out, all right? So maybe during lunchtime or something at a university or college, or just let your lecturer know beforehand that you want to use the practice room. They'll probably be okay with it, and then just use it, okay? It doesn't have to be practicing, it could just be writing the song, right? Now, if you're in neither of those situations, if you're not in college or university and you still need a private space, okay? Now, I hope you have a little bit of money with you, just a little bit, okay? Now, if you can find or rent out a practice room, or rent out like almost a studio kind of space, there are going to be rehearsal rooms around probably where you live. If you live in a major city or just a town or anything, right, it's very likely that, like, when artists come to that city to tour and all that, okay, they need a space to rehearse, so they use a rehearsal room. You can use that same sort of thing, but just one of those cheaper ones, because all you're doing is just trying to write songs. You can do that. Just do that. It's very simple. Now, that requires money, okay? And you can't always follow through with that, because imagine trying to do that maybe 3 or 4 times a week, just trying to write a song. It can get very expensive, okay? So obviously I'm trying to push you to almost, like, obviously I think you should try to get a job as well. Being an artist is going to be quite challenging, and typically artists will also have a job to go along with it, okay? It's very hard to pop off as an artist, okay? That's just the truth, okay? All we can do is express ourselves the best that we can, and make sure that we're also in a healthy state of mind, okay? It is not good for you to follow down the path of destruction just so you can reach success. It's just not, doesn't seem like it's worth it. But yeah, okay, wait, this is going down on a tangent. All right, so those are the 3 steps that I would try to go through, okay? So to avoid being the dead artist because you are shy, okay, it is to speak to your parents or your siblings when they are in the house, saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be making songs, can you like keep it down or something? All right, then they'll understand, okay? And especially, like, I assume your mom as well, mums can be quite like caring and all that. If you're trying to write a song and they know you're quite a shy person, they'll understand what you're trying to say. They'll understand that like you're really shy and you can be kind of uncomfortable trying to explore this kind of like medium, right? Because you are just expressing your own thoughts and it can be very intimate, right? So they'll understand, they'll know what you're coming from, okay? And then obviously they might make an excuse to the rest of the family. They'll be like, oh, okay, let's go out for lunch, but like my son has to study, so like he can stay, but we'll just go, okay, have fun. All right, they can just do that. All right. Second one is to use the practice rooms at your college or your school. Okay, just ask the teacher, ask the lecturer beforehand. They'll probably let you in, all right, and just practice during lunches, or not practice, but write songs during lunch. That will definitely help. Okay. Third is to actually rent it out. Okay, it's not the best. Now, there is a secret fourth, but it's not the best either. All right, and it's just genuinely just not the best at all. Now, actually, no, it's not even so bad. What am I saying? So, if you have some friends who are also into making music, then you can join up with them, write songs with them. Although I'd advise being able to learn how to write songs on your own first, so you understand how to express yourself first before you try to join others trying to express yourselves together, because that can be very, very difficult to do, especially you obviously you don't even know how to join in. All right. So if you're going to that stage, like I say, your friends your friend's house is usually empty, so like they usually practice, on their own anyway, or like write songs on their own. So like you think it's a good idea to go practice or write songs with them. Yes, it is a good idea, but you also need to prioritize being able to express yourself first. If you can write like maybe 5 good songs or something, then I think you should go collaborate with them. It makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? You need to be able to find your own voice and then join up with them. Okay, because it's just a blend, but you have to have nothing to blend, then what's the point, right? It's going to be very hard to write a song with them. Hopefully that makes sense. If this has helped you, then consider subscribing, because I'm trying to lead a new era of musicians where we're all good and honest, all right? And I'm not trying to blind you from reality or anything. I'm trying to just make you into a better person. Okay, that is all I'm trying to do. Okay, and if this was helpful, please subscribe. And if this is really, really helpful to you, consider checking the description of this video, because I also do one-to-one coaching, but you don't have to do it. You don't have to follow through with it at all. There's no pressure. But if this has helped you, it probably means that like I can probably help you a lot then. Okay? It's up to you. Alright. I will hopefully see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.